Hey, let's talk about how to choose the right lead magnet, freebie, freemium, opt-in, all those things for your business. That's what we're talking about today. I'm Rachel Ngom. I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs get more leads and sales with Pinterest, blogging, online courses. And one of my friends who's starting a business, she's like, I know I need to create a lead magnet. Like she has a crazy good podcast. I'm talking about Shiloh. If you're listening, hi Shiloh. Her podcast, by the way, it's called Practice Good, and she's this woman is a leader and she's brilliant. And so if you're interested in like nonprofit, making an impact, all that stuff, go check out the Practice Good podcast. Shout out to my friend Shiloh. So she's creating a lead magnet because she has a podcast that's getting a ton of downloads. And she's like, oh, I don't know what to choose. I don't know which one to do. I'm like, all right. So my advice to her, my advice to you when choosing a lead magnet, what does your audience need? What do they need? What's going to help them go to that next level? Go back to some of your podcast episodes or blog posts or content that you've created and see what has gotten like the most downloads, the most views, the most comments. That was obviously something that resonated. Could you take that and repurpose it into some form of a freebie? So I remember in my fitness business, one of my freebies was a blog post that did really well that I just repurposed and turned it into a PDF, and it, voila, there's my freebie, right? Okay, so what does your audience need? What's working? Could you turn that into a freebie? What would be like a taste of working with you? So do you have like a 5-step process to X, Y, and Z? And you could create a PDF or a video or an audio, like any of those work, where you maybe teach a little bit on each process or teach on one of the processes and let them know, hey, if you want to know the next 4, you can in this, right? What's the next step after going through your free content? So if they're listening to a podcast, going through a blog post, what's that next logical step? So I have blog posts about Pinterest. So the next logical step would be to get my free Pinterest cheat sheet where I'll teach 10 smart strategies to getting more leads and sales with Pinterest. By the way, if you want that, just go to pinwithrachel.com and you can grab it. So that's the next logical step. How can you give them a quick win? And so a big mistake people make with freebies is they try to give like everything. How could you give it to them and have them take it where they could be like, quick win? You don't want them to open it, be so overwhelmed and like, I have no idea where to start, because then they're not going to do anything and then they're not going to get results and then they're not going to want to work with you. So how could they open it and be like, sweet, I'm going to take this, get this win, boom. So keep it simple. Tony Robbins says complexity is the enemy of execution. So keep it simple. Then after you have like your brainstorming, maybe you come up with like 5 different things that you could offer. Come up with an idea and bring it to your ideal client. So if you've done market research, bring it back to those people you did market research with and see like, hey, is this something that you would want? If you're in different Facebook groups where your ideal clients are hanging out, if you're not, you should be. Great place to do market research. Ask them, hey, I'm thinking about creating either this or this to help you with this specific problem. Would you want either of those? And just ask. A really good book, by the way, all about this is called Ask by Ryan Levesque. So definitely check that out. So with the freebie, we could talk about freebies forever. I want to keep this so simple. Over deliver, don't overwhelm. Don't overwhelm them. So it's like, wow, this is amazing. Wow, I got this quick win. All right, awesome. What's the next step? And in that freebie, let them know, what should that next step be? So is it booking a strategy call with you? Is it attending a webinar? What does that look like? So let's recap. Keep it simple. What does your audience need? What would be a taste of working with you? What's the next step after your free content? What's already working? How can you give them a quick win? Come up with an idea, bring it to your people, and see if they want it. All right. So I would love to help you further with building your email list. I teach that with Pinterest. If you go to freepinterestclass.com, you can join my free Pinterest class. Isn't that a smart URL? And I'll teach you my 5-step strategy to doubling your leads and sales with Pinterest over the next 30 days. So go check that out. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, share it with a friend and go to iTunes and leave a review of the show. Oh my goodness, I read every single one and it always makes my day and it helps us reach more people so we can make a greater impact. So thank you so much for going and leaving a review, and I will talk to you later. Bye.